All right, in this video, let's talk about why I didn't turn off my ads. So you guys could see on my Facebook's ads dashboard, okay? Maybe you're one of these people who are skeptical about paid traffic, or maybe you have to invest in so much when it comes towards paid advertising, or maybe you heard these so-called gurus in the space where they talk about like, oh, you got to run organic, man, organic. Why not do both? Okay? So the cool part about uh running paid advertising. And the cool part is that you guys can start off with $5 a day Facebook ads. And then you can slowly work your way up. Because remember what I told you, right? When it comes towards this generation and this era now, it's having a personal brand and learning about AI. Okay. So you guys can see that within 7 days. So when I look at these specific days, I pay attention towards 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, and all time. Okay, so you guys can see this is 7 days, right? I just got to look at specific datas and KPIs. KPIs means key performance indicators, specific metrics that you got to track. The main reason why I didn't turn off these ads, okay, so this is for 7 days. Okay, so pay close attention. When it comes towards cost per lead, I pay attention towards anything that is $5 and below. That is healthy, okay? Especially if you're targeting buyers, they will be a little bit more expensive. But my main goal in this video is to show you the KPIs, which is crucial, okay? So I'll be teaching you how to set these columns as well. So the cool part is that you guys can see is that these are healthy, right? Within 7 days, $4 and $3.77. Anything, if it's more than $5, I'm going to turn it off. But it depends on how long you run it and how you're viewing the data. So for example, 7 days, this is just 7 days. Okay. So you guys can see, I'm getting roughly, so 19 divided by 30 will be 63% email opt-in rate. And email opt-in rates are basically people who are they're giving me their emails for an exchange for my free training, which is a lead magnet. And in the future, I'll teach you more about like different types of lead magnets that you can serve towards your ideal customer avatar or your customers or your clients. Okay. You guys can see 9 divided by 15. I believe that's like 60%. Yeah, I believe that's like 60%. Yep, 0.6 times 100. Yeah, so 60% email opt-in rate. So for this ad, what I did right here is that this one is performing very well, okay? So what I did was that I duplicated this ad, okay? Because this ad is working, so I duplicated it, and I'll show you guys more about it. I'm just showing you guys the KPIs aspects of what I look when it comes towards these KPIs, because yeah, look at these numbers could be a bit scary, right? But that's why you're with me. I'm showing you guys just like behind the shoulders of what I am tracking and what kind of data that I'm looking into. Okay, and remember this is just for 7 days. Okay, so it can change, right? So you guys can see the click-through rate. Sure, it's like 2.54. I'm supposed to be focusing more on 3% click-through rate, and click-through rate is basically the people who are clicking on your ad. Okay, I focus on 3% and above. You guys can see that 2.54 is quite low, and you're probably thinking like, why didn't I turn this off? Okay, the main reason why I didn't turn this off is because it was on 7 days. So this is important. I pay attention towards weekly data, bi-weekly data, which is 2 weeks, monthly, and all time. So we're gonna go and put it as 2 weeks. Okay, so let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's say we put it on towards 2 weeks. Okay, so click on update. You see how it changes, right? You see how it's the click-through rate was at 2.54. That's why you can't just compare from just weekly data. Okay, so you guys can see that it changed, right? So $3 and I mean not $3, but 3% click-through rate. So I'm going to keep this running because we just changed the specific data within 7 days towards 2 weeks. Okay. And you guys can see that the cost per result lowered because I was still running this ad. So my cost per lead actually was a lot cheaper than that 1 week, if that makes sense, right? Remember, it was at $4 and now it went lower because we changed the data, because I kept running this ad because I know it's going to work. And that's the main reason why I believe that a lot of beginners that are terrified about this, because these gurus in the space, they don't teach you the metrics that you need to look into. Okay, you got to think of Facebook ads as like you're investing, right? You know those types of people who in this YouTube space will talk about, oh, you got to invest into Bitcoin, invest into cryptocurrency. What Facebook ads is like you're investing in a platform that you can bring your value towards your ideal audience. And you have a higher chance instead of organic traffic, because the problem with organic traffic is that you're getting data in a slow rate. Okay. So you guys can see that the data changed from 7 days towards 2 weeks. So now let's change this towards last 30 days. Okay. So this is within last 30 days, right? Let's put 16. Let's put it as let's just put it there so you guys can see 3 weeks. We'll put it as here it's a, okay. So you guys can see the data change, right? So now you guys can see it's still at $4.20, right? And $4.30. Because this is below $5, I'm gonna still let this run, okay? And the cool part is that you see how the click-through rate changed again? So you can't just rely on weekly data. You cannot just rely on 2 weeks data. You gotta let it run, because the more you let it run, the more you can make better decisions. Okay? So you guys can see that I've been leaving this on since from time, right? Because I know in the future that I'm going to get my return on investment, because later on I'm going to show you how I'm actually doing this. Okay, so you guys can see I'm going to definitely leave this on. I'm getting all these buyers leads instead of just relying on organic. Okay, and sure, yeah, having organic is great and all, but the cool part about like Facebook ads is that you guys can actually control the amount of traffic that you can actually have instead of just relying on creating like, don't get me wrong, it's great to create like organic videos on a consistent basis and tracking at the same time, but why not do both? Okay, if you're with me, I'm going to show you how to run these ads. Okay, and yeah, so you guys can see let's put it from all the way from here. You guys can see it's still within lower than $5, right? 3%. I'm still gonna keep that. Okay. So at the end of the day, because when it comes towards this online business, especially helping you to doing this kind of stuff, as long as you know what kind of KPIs you're tracking, you're good. Right? What I've noticed with it's like so many beginners is that they keep turning off ads and they're like, oh, like this one's not working. The ones that are going to crush it is that they understand their KPIs and they understand data. And we're going to go even deeper with this, because this video I'm trying to create it short for you guys. Okay? And I'll teach you how to set up your own retargeting. It's going to be freaking awesome. And then once you start putting retargeting, remember how this all comes into play. That's when you start putting your videos out there even more with retargeting. Okay, and it's insane what I'm going to be sharing with you. But yeah, I just wanted to share you guys the importance of different types of KPIs that you should pay attention to. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about frequency. Right, frequency is crucial, like very important. If the frequency is like around 5, that means that you have to create a new ad but at a different angle, because what happened is that the frequency is the amount of people of your audience are seeing that same ad over and over and over again. And what happened is that if you pass around, like, let's say five, what happened is that you're going to annoy your audience. So this indicates if it's at 5, that's when we create a different angle, a different ad, where it's like a refresher towards your audience. And basically you're giving them even more value, so you can actually help them even further based on what they're looking for. Okay, so yeah, just wanted to go and show you guys this, and I'm gonna be showing you guys even more what types of data that you have to look into. But when it comes towards this, okay, you guys get to see this, and I think this is crucially important for people to not be afraid about Facebook advertising. Okay, so at the end of the day, if you guys got some golden nuggets in this video, comment below this video. Check out my 7-part free training series. Check out my YouTube videos. They will be huge beneficial towards your life. I'll see you guys in the next one.